Hello, beautiful beings. I was just sitting here sewing and now I'm making a video. It has been quite a shitstorm here lately since I moved in, but today things are really smooth. A person can think, okay, I'll just speak for myself. So, if you've been following my adventures at all, I got to move away from, I graduated and I got to move from where I was living with a man alcoholic for a year and a half. And I got to move somewhere else. And I was thinking that it was a bit different than it actually turned out to be. But it's totally fine now. I've accepted it and it's not bad. It's so much better than where I was. So much better. However, what has happened is for the last, well, probably forever, but I've just really been noticing it the last 7 years. When I go somewhere, when I move somewhere else and I am around certain people, they are my presenters for what I haven't resolved yet, that I didn't realize I hadn't resolved yet. Old personal conditioned ideas that I need to face, shine my light of awareness on, and then they can go away. I felt like I had something on my teeth. So, straight A's, A pluses. I didn't get good grades in school, but I'm certainly getting good grades on all of this, and it is absolutely hideously painful. However, it's not right now because I'm through it. And, I can be very embarrassed by my behavior at times. I've been dealing with a couple anger outbursts. And I'm laughing now because it's okay. It is absolutely okay. It's not that anger is, it's not that a person is never supposed to feel angry or, speak angrily at anybody. It's the fact, for me, it's the fact that, and Eckhart Tolle reminded me of this today, that if I do feel anger arising, it is imperative for me to get back in my center, back in absolute, pure, undiluted silence, because that is who I really am. So if I can, well, of course I can. Of course I can. And even when I was angry a couple times in the last month, even when I was angry, I was aware of it. I was overtaken by what Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body. I was definitely taken over and like going with it. However, I was also observing it. So that is definite improvement. I'm not saying that I have a temper. I'm just saying that I have felt incredibly, there are feelings that I encountered when I moved here that I haven't been used to feeling. And, just feeling everybody's emotions gets really tiring. And I was reacting from that. And, just reacting from a couple unresolved things in myself. But I'm definitely through it now. And wow, I just, every time I'm going through something, I just think it sucks so bad. But then when I'm through it, I'm so deeply grateful and I wouldn't trade it for anything because of what I've learned from it. And well, because of what I've shed, because of the unnecessary personal identity that I was still thinking was me. Now I see plainly that it wasn't. It was shedding. It was shedding. And so, from my experience over the last 7 years, almost 7 years, I say that because May 6th, 2013 is when I woke up with Muji, and that's when this major burning and shedding really, really started for me. So when when an old unnecessary way of thinking has come back around and I'm presented with the presenters of it, thank you, presenters. It is like a snake shedding its skin. There's really no better analogy to me than that, because once it gets over my eyes, that's when I really start freaking out, because I'm feeling the emotions so intensely, and anger has been one of it, and one of the emotions. And because I told myself for a long time that it was not okay to feel angry. So I've had to do a little bit of work on Ancients, how do I say this? Balanced anger, everything in balance, not denying it because I'm afraid to feel angry, not being overly angry, balance. That's what I'm practicing. Well, they're saying that once a person has shed that unnecessary identity, then that is balance, because our true nature is balanced, but we are still having this personal experience. So no, I guess that's it, because there's nothing else. Yesterday I really felt like I was really coming through this. Today really feels absolutely amazing. I talked to all three of my daughters, and I talked to my mom, let's see, night before last. She called me at 8:30 in the evening, and we talked for an hour. It was just, I mean, all of my relationships like that we just keep getting closer and closer and closer. It is, well, yes, they're saying that, the deep love, heartfelt connections. I feel like we've been traveling together for lifetimes. The more useless personal identity that I shed, the more expansive, the more my relationships on the outside match the expansiveness of who we really are. Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you. So yesterday I was walking back to my house, and let's see, about 4 or 5 days ago now, here in Montana, there were there was a major winter storm, and it had been really beautiful for quite a while. Like, well, that's beautiful too, but you know what I mean, like sunshine, and the snow was melting and stuff, and then all of a sudden, bam! And I feel like it was really just this beautiful, super cold coming in to kill germs. So in all of those 50, literally 50, let's see, what was it? 50 below wind chills. We had to stay inside. It was emergency travel only for 2-3 days. And that whole time, nothing flew out of the trees that I saw. Well, I was looking out my windows a lot, but yesterday, pure blue skies, no breeze. I was almost back to my house. I was about 3 feet away from this tree, and a nest fell out right in my path. Wow. I just stood there and stared at it. It was just like, here you go. Here you go. And I had been listening to one of my favorite readers. I love to listen to intuitive tarot readers. I have like 3 absolute favorites. And if you're interested, I'll definitely share those names with you. You can totally tell that they are absolutely channeling, that they are clear open channels for the divine to pour through. Absolutely amazing. And one of them said, because I have a birth to earth day coming up on Sunday, and one of them said she was giving messages from our departed loved ones, and my dad is one of my angels now. My heart just fluttered. My dad is one of my angels now, and she said specifically she was picking up on a male father figure. I was just like, of course. I mean, he's so right here. He's making this video with me. He had and does have the most beautiful smile too. He does. When he shows up for me like he is right now, he just has just the full-on beautiful smile like he always had. And now he's pain-free too, so that helps. So she said, pay very careful attention. I listened to this day before yesterday. Pay very careful attention to any trinkets she was specifically talking about jewelry. But, for me, it doesn't have to just be jewelry. And seriously, the second that nest fell out of that tree, I was just like, thank you, Dad. Like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I just, started crying, of course, and picked up the nest, and then I Googled it because, I went looking for a ladder because I was going to put it back up there. I thought they were going to use it. I thought another bird could use it for their nest this year, but I Googled it, and it says that no matter how clean the nest is, they will not use it. No bird will ever use that nest again. Okay, so I got to keep it, and it is a divine gift. And I also looked up the meaning of what does it mean to have, I just took a chance, to have a bird nest fall out of a tree at your feet. And the closest I got to that was, finding a bird nest is such a great sign, such a great sign. And I am so deeply grateful that I got to move out of where I was into, a better place. However, I absolutely know that this is incredibly temporary. I'm already looking for a new place. I absolutely know why I landed here. I've done my work, and I don't feel any resistance around anything that I have felt for the last month. So when I go silent for a while, I've noticed that other people can keep making videos. I just I'm so in and learning my lessons, and shedding. I'm shedding, and I'm in. That's the best way I can say it, like in. And I really don't feel compelled during that time to make a video. For a little while there, before I left the other place, they were encouraging me to make videos while I was upset. That was really, really great for shedding more of the useless personal identity. So it was absolutely amazing when I popped out of what I've been learning, and there's no and. I cut my hair. The next day I woke up that very same evening that I felt like I had a major breakthrough about a week ago. It's like the rock in the pond. I've been having more and more realizations, more expansion to freedom, to just whatever. I don't have to explain it. So I cut my hair, and because I didn't feel like the person that I had just shed at all anymore. And I absolutely knew the reason I was growing my hair was almost to my waist. And the reason I was growing it was to look a certain way. And not just to look a certain way to anybody, but to look a certain way to men. And I've been single for over 6 years now, and I didn't realize that that's why I was doing it, to look a certain way. No, I don't need to look a certain way. For me personally, I can though. I can say that I am a person. I mean, ultimately, none of us are people. However, I'm having this personal experience. I'm not going to keep saying that. So, the person that I am, it still sounds weird to say it because I deny it. But anyway, okay. I don't like to spend a lot of time in the mirror getting ready. I like to feel like I did when I was a kid. Well, because that's how I feel more and more, like when I was a kid. No, so much less mind activity and around anything, really, unless it's necessary. Then there's mind activity. Even talking to you right now, when I pause, there's nothing. There's nothing. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. So, I like to just, get up in the morning and not really think about stuff like that. I do a certain amount of stuff because, I like to accentuate my windows, because I feel that, when people look into each other's eyes, there's it can help people more than actually words a lot of the times. Even though I do talk a lot, I'm learning balance in that also. They're like, just don't be hard on yourself. You are meant to speak. So I'm not being hard on myself. I'm just finding balance with everything. And I am getting my hair cut even shorter. I have these amazing, beautiful A-line haircuts picked out. And I recently worked at a hotel for a few weeks. And I got chemical burns in my throat, my nose, my eyes. And so I had to quit. But one of the reasons that I was there is to meet just these lovely ladies, just absolutely wonderful women. And one of them is a hairdresser. She owns her own salon, but loves working at this hotel so much. She's one of the managers that she does both. That's how awesome this environment was. Yes, indeed, it was slightly terrifying to actually have a new job at a hotel when all this, stuff came out. Uh, but lo and behold, the universe took me right out of there because of the chemical burns. I'm feeling much, much better now. Thank you. Let's see. So what about that? That's all about that. Ancients, is there anything else? I feel like there was something else that we wanted to talk about. I'm so thirsty. Oh, yes. See how they remind me? So amazing. Okay, so I've debated a little bit whether to talk about this or not, but I really, 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 really want to share my experiences. I want to be as candid as possible. So I have used medical marijuana off and on for years. And for myself, I believe that it helped me release the resistance around the monkey mind that I had and going through this shedding process. I have, off and on. I have quit for months at a time. I've smoked for months at a time. And the divine has a way of removing things from my life that aren't here for my highest good anymore. The personal identity, the addict in me, the addict person, I've been shedding that too. And I just got really, well, it's messed up my thyroid. It's getting better now because I quit on March 6th. And because I knew intuitively that that's what was messing up my thyroid. Lo and behold, I have had, it's leaving now, hyperthyroidism, and it has explained so many things that have been going on. I've lost so much hair. I still have quite a bit, but I've lost so much hair, didn't know what was going on, many different symptoms, my eyesight, different things. Oh, my heart. My heart was, I've always had a irregular heartbeat. That's pretty common. However, I was up to at least 8 to 10 palpitations an hour. I was like, okay, there's something wrong. And the weight thing that I've been talking about, that is hyperthyroidism. I'm already gaining weight. I know, I'm sorry if you get tired of me talking about all this. It's just my life experience, and I'm just going to talk about whatever's going on at the time. Because for me, when I listen to other people, like, how do you do that? How did you get through that? I want to listen to people that are going through, basically the same things I am, and I want to see how they got through it. That has helped me a lot. And oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna try not to bunny trail. Ancients, please don't let me forget what I was saying, but I have to tell you this. I've been following Eckhart Tolle since one of my grandsons was 2, and he's 13 now, and I said amen to one of his comments, one of the things that he posted on YouTube the other day, and he actually hearted my comment. I was like sobbing. I was so touched. I was so touched. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely amazing. What a gift. What a gift. He is, even though I woke up with Muji, I love Muji. I couldn't love Muji more. Absolutely could not love him more. He came and chopped my head off. Came into my crappy little place I was living, married, completely miserable, married for 10 months, just hating life and just completely trapped in my head. And he came and chopped my head off, and I've been burning ever since. But also Eckhart Tolle, he just has a way of helping me get back to center and seeing life from presence and dealing with becoming unconscious and reacting and dealing with unconscious people, just daily life. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Eckhart. Thank you so much. Okay, so what was I talking about? Yeah, medical marijuana. Thank you. So I quit. I was sitting on my bed March 5th, and I was just like, please, 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 divine, please, ancients, please, angels, please, just sobbing. Please remove any desire I may have to smoke, because I had fully realized that it wasn't just medical marijuana for me anymore. I was addicted. Yes, I'm under no illusion that I have an addictive personality, and I really don't see now. The mind could say, well, but you've already shed that, so you could totally do it, not be addicted. Nope. No. Mm-mm. I don't need it anymore. Mukundaji, Paramahansa Yogananda, came to me in a vision, literally came to me. I saw him with my third eye. Of course, he wasn't in my room with me because he doesn't have a physical form anymore. But I was sitting on my bed and I was actually writing something that he had. He was talking about the four. What is it? The four castes. The four different kinds of castes in life, and the last one was Brahman, and that's non-attachment, non person attachment in a that brings pain. And I was sitting there with my pipe in my hand and the lighter on top of it, and I was writing the fourth one, and all of a sudden I looked up and he came rushing at me. He was bent over. He came rushing at me and he said, and he took the pipe and lighter just like this. He said, "You don't need this anymore. You are ready for number 4." That's Brahman, the, life of non-attachment. And that's definitely what's been happening. It's so beautiful. And so, I had to do another round with the medical marijuana, and I did that for about 6 months. And yeah, if something's not in my life anymore for my highest good, and I literally don't need it anymore, there will always be signs. And if I heed them and I listen and I'm willing to trust my instincts, I'm willing to trust the divine with my very life, well, because that's who we really are anyway. Isn't it just beautiful to know that who we really are? Like, I don't have to reach out for anything. I don't have to wait for anything. I am where everything I've ever wanted comes from. So amazing. So the next day, March 6th, I woke up and I've had zero desire to smoke. Zero. I know, it's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I just couldn't be more grateful. I'm going to share the fear prayer with you through these times. It's a really, really good one to have, because people do really messed up things when they're in fear. And I'm making myself pray for, people that are doing really messed up things. And it's remove this fear and direct my attention to what you would have me be. That's it. And, even if a person doesn't believe it, if you don't understand what it means or whatever, if I keep saying it, I feel better. And so when I say it for other people, I say, please remove their fear and direct their attention to what you'd have them be. I love you so much. I really, really do. When I say that, it doesn't matter if I don't see you. I love you because we are all one. We are all one. I'm not saying that because I've been taught that. I'm saying that because that day that I woke up with Mooji, the whole monkey mind that I had suffered from for years fell away, and there was nothing but pure undiluted silence that we are. Now, 7 years later, since I've got to shed so much of the useless personal identity, that's where I am more and more. Well, I'm always there, but consciously on a day-to-day basis, just clear and open. I mean, that's obviously my deepest desire, is to be a clear, open channel for the universe to pour through to help others. And Satsang is free. Absolutely free. If you ever contact me, I will never charge you money. I will never charge for satsang. I will be holding satsang in groups someday. I absolutely know this. And I won't charge. It'll all be by donation. That's exactly how it's supposed to be, in my life anyway. And so the money that comes into the Mama G Foundation, it'll go out to other people that need it. It's just this beautiful, I just see it as a tree, but it's a inflow and an outflow of abundance, of uninterrupted prosperity, they're saying, from the divine, because we are the divine, and it is our birthright to lead a happy and peaceful, full breath life. Love you so much.